messed up pictures and name. The junk is way off. That is on me. You got to give me a second. I'll fix that real quick.
What the hell?
Yeah, junk. Could not see the preview there. Is that is on me. Wait a second. We're getting it. Hold up. Cooking. Hold up. Stretching, stretching.
I love how you opted out of using like a Pibble or any of your known aliases, if you will.
Hey man, I'm a Rigby guy when it comes to casting. That's become my kind of thing. Shout out Mia, bro. That's become my thing in pretty much all the leagues. I have a different Rigby for every single league. I have Jetpack Cat Rigby for uh oh, I fixed it. I
I don't
didn't
know what that
transition.
means, by the way. You gotta remember, I'm an old man, dude. What is a Rigby?
Rigby the cat, man. The cat with his dang tongue sticking
Oh,
out. And he got like the stupid
oh,
tongue and
yeah. I'm
it looks like
behind
it's
the times,
peeing.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm behind the times. You're the one who got me into Pibble. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I don't know.
I got put onto Pitbull. I don't remember who put me on. It might have been Raltz. I'm not sure.
Also, shout out my children in the room. Could one of you invite me? My two children who are playing right now. We're doing a little scuffy here. My
Wait,
game exploded.
who's the? I see Bio. Who's the other one?
Tony,
Oh, Tony and the brothers.
Roth goes B. Who are you, bro? Come on.
Yeah, do we know this guy? Chat. Do we know this
Come on
guy?
now.
Okay.
Indy versus KCC. Isn't this the rivalry? Wait, isn't this the rivalry they talked about when I did the draft interviews after Wig? Isn't this it?
I this might be. I mean, KCC because they these were the first two to scrim each other, right? And it was like
Right.
coming out of the draft. It was like Indianapolis was just the favored by draft alone was like the favored team to just be number one in the league. But then they went into a scrim and KCC took the dub, and it was like all of a sudden, wait a second, now Indianapolis has a chip on their shoulder. They got a bone to pick with KCC. This is the run back, but now it's official. All the chips are on the table. This is to really decide it.
No bias either, right? It's like things have changed since back then. I've been helping out Bio, talking to Tony. A little. I know I said no bio, no bias, but it sounds biased just saying it. But the boys know what they're supposed to do. Some of the Cosmic guys, by the way, to you Galactic GMs and Galactic players, you could talk to us. We don't bite. Some of us do. But shout out to Wiggler, kind of rabid and stuff. But that's besides the point. We could help you guys out. Like we've played in that league already. Some of us have chips. Cough, cough. Me, sorry, Wig. And we could we could help you guys. We could help you guys out, man. You need help. You want some comps. You need to know what the meta is. You need to know what the picks are. We could help you out, man. And shout out EMAT88. I got Indy 3-0 low key. Yeah, that's crazy, by the way. Just this guy just casted our viewer cursing before the match even starts, by the way, Wick. Just out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
this guy, Indianapolis, you got just any of you. I know
You gotta
Bio's in
find
chat
him.
somewhere. I know he's lurking. Yeah.
You gotta find that guy. You gotta find him.
Yeah, that guy just actually ruined the entire series. You are cooked. I just let that be known. But
And then Ray Laxing with the 3-0.
all right, well now it's balanced
right?
now. Now it's even. The
Yeah,
curse
yeah,
has
yeah.
been equalized. Everything's all good on both sides. Both teams have an even chance of winning, but both teams are already readied up. So we're gonna get right into this one.
Yeah, wait, what are you drinking right now? It's not to be too mean or make it too dumbed down because it's Galactic, but Galactic's like more casual, not like competitive wise. That's not what I mean, by the way, chat. Before you take it out, I mean like we could just chill, watch some gamers. I'm drinking an Angry Orchard right now, pumpkin flavor. What do you got? Let's talk about it.
Hey man, I got water and I haven't even taken my medication. Shout out modern science. Shout out modern medicine, guys.
Bro, so I'm drinking alone, dude. The Dirt Wiggler I know, by the way, raging alcoholic, chat. Just so everybody knows, behind the pre-smile.
Whoa, no, that's not true. That is not true. I do dabble. I do dabble in a bit of the recreational partaking of the alcohol consumption, but
when
my tummy can't handle it.
Cast again? I said, yeah. I said, as long as it's with you or Satat, that'd be pretty fun. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. I was
Yep.
like, oh, that's gonna be a degenerate stream. We're gonna have some fun, chat. Holy.
Yeah, I am both casting and broadcasting, so if anyone wants to give me a high five in chat, let me know.
Mm. We're going out with some, not to sound too BM wig, but we're going out with some interesting bands. And I know it's Galactic, but some interesting bands. They're going for the target bands. Sinpool on that Cyclops, they're banning it out. Zyfet getting his Hella band out, which, not to sound too crazy, but Hella's kind of a better band than Cyclops. Kind of the second best hit scan in the game right now, right next to Widow. You can make the argument that Elsa's a hit scan as well. She's kind of like mixed, Brawl mixed with hit scan. She's kind of just a marksman. Little jack of all trade, do it all, but the Hella band makes sense into a hood protect. I like that. They banned the one-sided Magneto. Wig. Mag's very strong. Arguably the strongest character in the game right now. I think he does Gambit. I think he does Mantis. I think Mag is so broken. KCC doing that, I think, is very smart. Especially because it's just so strong. It brings so much utility.
Yeah, I think that's a great lockout, especially at this level. Like Magneto, he's a character where he gets better at the highest end of play and he gets better at the lowest end of play. He's both a pub stomper, a noob stomper, I should say, and also just a high elo, just dominator. In the middle, he's kind of just whatever. He's not as dominant, but when you get to the highest and lowest ends, he can just cause so much trouble for a team. And knowing that Indianapolis, having Bio, who does play a lot of that Magneto, just taking that away from him, taking away that shield, that bubble, that sword from the Scarlet Witch, that's just a huge takeaway. And I honestly, I like the band of the Cyclops. Sinpool in the last game that they played went absolutely rampant on the Cyclops. I don't think he plays Hella. I think he kind of likes that bouncing Moon Knight style beam, and I think because Hella doesn't have that, he doesn't favor it as much. But I think trying to feel it out early, seeing if they can take out arguably the best player on Indy right off the rip, I don't think is a bad idea.
I see some of these bands. I agree with that, by the way. But some of these bands are good, and some of them are a little wonky. The Mag and Thing band, top 3 tanks right there. Mag, Thing, Hood. They got 2 of those out. I do like the strategy that Indianapolis has been doing in almost all of their games, trying to get a one-sided Strange so you guys can guarantee a TP back and they can't. I kind of like that. I've seen the Ironclad's been doing that. Bio is, you're right, not on the Mag. He has been playing it a lot, but he's now on the Hood, and he's been training a lot on the Hood and trying to build comps around it. So Indianapolis is really trying to really go for that Hood meta, because it is a Hood meta, especially with triple tank and the high elo and the lower elo. They don't really do it a lot. They all like to play their characters, like have fun, whatever. They're not meta slaves like us. Well, KCC going for a pretty standard, like, old season comp. Well, they got a one-sided Gambit, by the way, Wig. Don't know if you noticed that. Gambit's not banned for both sides. Neither is Mantis. If this was high elo, this is Cosmic, we'd see a Mantis and a Gambit ban, or both of them being played right now on both teams. KCC is going for it, though. They're opting.
Capture the mission area. Got it?
Sorry, I was a bit distracted, but
You're fine.
We shall not abide.
rolling out here, we got Zifet on the Phoenix. Now that the Hella's banned, a good alternative here. But yeah, an interesting thing to see. Bio kind of giving away his hand. He kind of gave a hint that he was planning to play the Thing going into this game. That gets taken away. But yeah, I like the Strange bans. I like the Strange bans because it almost has an air of ego to it, where you're basically saying that I think we're gonna win the most of the fights. I think we're gonna make you have to TP at some point, so I'm gonna take that away from you. You're basically saying that you think you're gonna hold the point the longest, and they're gonna have to be the ones to TP.
Oh yeah.
I think.
I mean, look at this fight so far. They traded out early. Tony went for a sneak left angle there, getting the kill onto the Venom, but getting traded out. But they do got that rocket res, Wig, and yeah, Phoenix counters the rocket ult, etc., etc. But you know this. Rocket res is a game changer. It just is. When you could make a really ballsy play, chat, and go do something crazy early on, then die and come back, you're technically up in the fight, especially if you get a trade, or not technically, you are. So, I mean, they get a very early pick off. right onto that Venom, and then they collapse on the back line. And Bio is just playing this hood way too aggressive, but he does get picked up by that res, like I was just saying, Wick.
Yeah, able to get up. They don't destroy the res in time, and Tony gets a pick onto Bonnie, but cool. That's a great pickup. And on Vulcan, Tony actually getting some great value here on the Namor. Gets 3 picks for him in this fight.
They gotta mark this guy, man. They gotta mark him, Wick. He's doing the tried and true. It's gonna be a glazing stream. He's doing the tried and true Dur Wiggler tactics, flank until it doesn't work anymore, and he's been doing it all game, and he's gotten multiple picks for it. You know, Bio, Big Brother Bio on the team running it down on the hood while he just flanks repeatedly. And ult economy is still pretty even on both sides as well.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Tony is running this Namor with no team up. No team up whatsoever. Or he's running without any of the upgraded team ups. So he's running basically dry Namor, just relying on that Gamma Squid. And another res here from Nostra onto the Strange. And Sinpool gonna pop that Punisher ult. Gets 2 for it so far. The Phoenix ult right on top of him, but not enough to kill him. He's 20 HP. He's not getting healed up. No healers for him. He's gonna go down here. Even after popping that ult and getting 2 picks, it doesn't look like this fight is favoring his team for the moment. Without the supports to back up the remaining members of his team, they're just gonna fall one by one.
And, you know, going into this next fight, Wig, they have a really good ult economy for KCC. They got the Gambit, of course, but Bio and Notorious having both tank ultis, DPS ultis dropped both from last fight on Indianapolis. They can really look for an aggressive play here and try to grab out that Gambit ulti, or even let the Gambit run into them and then get that Gun Devil to pop and look for some type of progress. KCC just needs to soak damage so this thing can, you know, get his ulti quicker, and that Invis can also turbocharge it. But here comes the Notorious run, going for that ulti. He's going real deep. He does not get one. He falls early on, but Tony hits up that flank and does get Vulcan, and then he gets Zyphet. They're just Wig. They're letting him play for free.
Yeah, Thing, an underrated character with a Gambit ult, just the left clicks. You switch to the left clicks over the right clicks and just start punching at Mach speed. And just do so much damage. Ooh, gets taken out there. A little too much punching, a little too much dip on his chip. And gets taken out there.
Down right now, Wig. They're down one tank and 2 DPS on the side of KCC. Indianapolis needs to try to walk forward with this ulti and grab pressure, and they are. Bio dropping that Gun Devil ult, and they're all falling back. Remember, they don't have that Doctor Strange like Indianapolis does, so they can't TP back.
They cannot TP back, that is true. And overtime's just ticking down. Prozac has to touch, but for some reason just gets stopped early. He jumps to one of the enemies, but it just doesn't get him quite to point. Tries to charge in last second, but it's just too little too late. Indianapolis, a quick take here in the first submap here on Kalintar.
They also swapped some things around, Wig. There's no more Punisher.
No more Rocket.
No more Rocket. They said the res was nice, but that Phoenix is going to be annoying, especially if we're not pressuring that ulti. And they're going for that Hella Namor team up, that Wombo combo. And they're going to have a decent amount of damage now and a decent amount of off-angle potential. I don't know if KCC's ready for it, and I don't even know if Indianapolis is looking to do it. But if they can, hey, KCC has nothing to stop it. There's no Venom anymore, no Angela. And a roaming Hella and a roaming Namor can cause massive amounts of problems for KCC.
Yeah, there's really nothing to match that Hella as well on an off angle. I mean, I guess you could say Invis's pull, if she saves it for such, could pull the Hella off the off angle and kind of mess up the tempo, but that takes a lot of kind of preserving of resources, and the pool just gets so much value elsewhere. It's almost like, how worth is it to save it for that?
Right.
So we'll wait to see how they decide to use that. Sinpool popping on the Hella, which, again, earlier I talked about them banning the Cyclops. I didn't know if he played the Hella. I haven't seen it, but pulling it out with the Namor team up now. Tony giving him the team up. Zifek getting domed and picked off early, but Prozac getting a trade onto a tank.
Ooh, but they do get traded out. They drop 1 tank and 1 DPS for the side of the Indies, so they are down in this fight. They have to play back a little bit passive here, maybe give it up or look for a retake with that Gambit ulti.
Yeah, Bushi tries to pop the Cloak and Dagger ulti, but gets canceled out of it, going down to 50% ult charge. That would have probably decided the fight, but just getting knocked out of it right before the animation can fully start. Every character has a small animation leading into their ult that can be canceled out of. And I don't know if it was intentional, or just a prediction, but heads up play by whoever was able to get that cancel.
Yeah, I mean, you really like to see this from KCC, by the way. The tanks on KCC are noticing that Notorious is running a little too deep. Oh, let me stop real quick because they're doing a gambit over here. We got that roulette coming in, but the other brother, Tony, getting a 4K wig with a massive Kraken right onto the back line, and it's a slaughter.
Yeah, just running and jumping around at will, using that gambit ult to the fullest ability, using that movement speed, just jumping around point, left clicking, left and right, picking people off, getting 2 picks directly off of that whale. A huge dunk over the top. But KCC coming into this next fight, crazy ult economy. They have plenty of tools here to take this point back if they wish to. A great hook here by Sunraku. Pulls in Notorious run, but has to levitate out. Sinpool picking off Zyphet on the off angle that we talked about. Prozac pops a thing roll.
On the chip for Prozac. Oh, but Vulcan does pick up Tony in return, Wig.
Simple taking the off angle, flying to the high ground, has free reign over the supports. Trying to see if he can get an early pick here. Nostra getting a pick onto Vulcan, the support damage. Yeah, but able to put out that damage when necessary, especially when coupled with the healing reduction card. And Bio finishing up a pick onto Giggles.
We called it, Wig. We called it very early into this half. This sub-mat, if you will, that in the more Hella flanking with this type of tank lineup, these type of DPSs, if they don't answer them, will run away with it, and it's starting to look that way.
Yeah, I think the combination with the Hood makes it even more deadly because the Hood has so much versatility. Can play on the off angles with those characters, can play on separate off angles, can play main, can even dive to make space for those characters. Got a Gambit ulted Bucky. Popping the Kraken impact, trying to get another reset. Gets one, gets another one off the Hella. Ulting the Hood ult. Could have got a reset off of it. Doesn't get it quite yet. Can he get one in the nick of time? No, just a little too late. But
it was a good wombo though, Wig. But their ulti economy is a little chopped now. You know, Giglim's dropping that ulti at the end of a winning fight. You never like to see that, Wig. So coming into this next fight, Nostra might have that Royal Flush ready to go, and they might be able to just walk him down.
Yeah, Kansas City's gonna need to play near perfect here, facing 2 really strong AoE ultimates with no counter, no support ults to counter it. While Indianapolis, they're coming up on Gambit ult. They're gonna need to. KCC is gonna have to play neutral phenomenally here because Indianapolis only needs 1 more fight. Keep in mind KCC still don't have that Strange and it's manned out. Here comes the Hella ult to try to get something started early. Yeah, the Royal Flush pop. It's just going to be a rush down by Indianapolis. KCC, can they handle the pressure? It seems like the answer is no. 3 players going down from KCC, leaving only half the team left, hiding on a side angle. But what can they do to contest this? Trying to survive as long as possible, but if they get staggered here, this round and this map all but sealed.
Yeah, I mean, they're staggering out of control here, Wig, and like we said, you know, Giglim's dropping that ulti there in a winning fight. I don't want to say lost it for them, but it was too much dip on the chip, you know, too many resources used, and Hella doing a great job of ulting in the open air and forcing them to bunker under, and then Indianapolis collapsing on them perfectly. It was gorgeous, honestly, you know, it was very good showing of skill from Indianapolis. They've clearly changed and adjusted since that first scrim, Wig, you know, when they were, I think, getting stopped by KCC in that scrim.
Yeah, I think Indianapolis has definitely grown since week 1. They've definitely grown as a team, and like I think their discipline with the ultimates was just a lot better. They seem a lot more experienced here with just the rotations of their ultimates. Simple getting 11 final hits, Tony getting 11 final hits, almost identical damage, just very similar stats here to show. And I mean, that's a good sign of a DPS duo just putting in equal work here, while KCC leaving much to be desired. But as I said, Indianapolis, the rotation of their ultimates, they just seem to always have at least 1 or 2 ults when they needed it. They never seem to be at a complete loss, complete deficit, where the KCC, as we said, with the overextension, the overcommitment of the Invis ult right at the end of that second to last fight, it just left them with nothing. No counters, no aggressive plays. And once that Hella ult, that aggressive early Hella ult was popped, they're just pretty much defenseless, no way to deal with it. But
You know, it sucks too, Wig, because they're like opposites. KCC, their neutral game, especially on the tank side of things, on Prozac and even Sunraku getting some gorgeous Bucky hooks, phenomenal. Arguably better than Indianapolis's, but their ulti economy and their ulti tempo not very good. You know, they're flip flop, if you will. You know, you have Sinpool and Tony doing great jobs on those off angles into the neutral, great jobs of getting those picks. You know, but Notorious Run and Bio played a really good game, but they're not aggressive enough, if you will, or they're too aggressive. You know, so they need, both teams need to figure out their strong suits, come together, and collapse onto it and look for a win for it.
100%. I think the communication is also a big factor here. I think there needs to be a voice in your head at the end of a fight to say, we've won this fight, no more ultimates, save everything else. We've won this fight. Use your normal abilities if you need to, but do not commit another ultimate. And that kind of helps to mitigate those situations where you're kind of in the moment. You're in a bit of a panic, right? And you want to secure the win for your team. You're in a high stakes moment, and the Q button just gets pressed. It just comes out, and then by the time you press it, it's too late. There's no taking it back, and then all of a sudden the maps run away from you. It's just taken out, rug pulled out from under you, and that's exactly what it seemed happened there.
Right.
But I mean, a new map here, a new game mode as a whole. We got Convergence, we got Central Park.
Ooh, Central Park Grin, Wig. Very hold or be held style map. You know, it's very triple based, and I mean triples and goats, guys. It's very, very, very bunker based, and poke doesn't really work on this first point that much, unless you're going for some crazy off angles or some crazy dives. But it's very neutral heavy and very, very heel slap heavy. So we got to see what team has been practicing it. You know, what team knows that and which team doesn't.
Yeah, I think this map, as you said, it's very hold or be held, and I think that's mostly true on the first point.
Oh yeah,
and
first point.
the last push, the very last push, the
Mhm.
middle, the intermediary area. It's a pretty equal distribution. It's kind of can go either way, but that first point, if you can get over that hurdle, you're pretty much, if you keep up that momentum, you're pretty much guaranteed to at least get that second point at some point. Maybe an OT might take you the whole round, but that second point should be secured if you can break through and get that first point, as long as it wasn't a fluke, right? If you get a lucky pick, a lucky ultimate to get you that first point, maybe that second push becomes a lot harder for you, that big corner to round. And it's just so easy for the defenders to access your spawn. The attacker spawn is so easy to access once your team gets wiped. So
For sure.
it's just a
I mean,
very
we're
popular
also
map.
looking at some interesting pick bans here, only slightly different, Wig. You know, KCC really trying to save that, Doctor Strange, because they want to TP back, especially on a map like this, either TP in or TP back. It's kind of unnecessary. I get it. They're both looking for that cloak ban, so they can't get the hood team up. Maybe Bougie's been working on the Jubilee. If not, hey man, it's all right. Cloak's pretty good with hood, but if not, don't worry about it. But both teams again, Wig. No one banning the Mantis, no one banning the Gambit. Interesting.
Well, in Indianapolis, not opting to ban the mag, it's just hard targeted bans towards Zifet exclusively, it seems like, unless Sunraku also plays Punisher. This is just 3 DPS bans. So the mag, they don't even need to save it. KCC did the one-sided mag save. They don't even need to this time. They got their Strange. They got their thing. They have the tanks that they want to play here for free. And the only thing is Zifet has to play another character, which, I mean, he's played a lot of the Psylocke. He's hovering the Psylocke now. He's played a lot of it. And so, ooh, we got the Lord Hawkeye hovered as well. That is another angle that Indianapolis didn't quite cover. That's one of those things, when you try to ban out a hit scan player, it's like, how many bans are you willing to, contribute to that one player? Because it can only go so far.
Indianapolis looking for that Jubilee hood team up. Like, hey, I guess I was wrong. Bougie has been practicing it. That's pretty hype. They do have the Gambit as well. Gambit on both sides of the team. KCC having that Psylocke, having that Hawkeye. Excuse me. They're going. If you notice, Wig, both teams are going for upgraded team ups. Have you noticed that? We usually don't do that. But having the Hawkeye and the Psylocke just so your Hawkeye gets the team up, unless Vulcan plays it, of course. Interesting choice of team comp.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I haven't even seen like Hawkeye pretty much ever. The only person I've seen play it is maybe Zaylin, and that's without the upgraded team up. So I have no clue what any of Hawkeye's team ups do.
Wait, I just got sunlocked. I'm sorry. I got blue screen. Moon Knight Blade also for the team up. Wait a minute.
Wait, are we playing? This might be Blood Hunt. This might genuinely be Blood Hunt.
They're looking for that double dive angle. Oh, looking for that double dive angle, but they do trade one out. Zypek getting Notorious run, Vulcan falling to Sinful, but it's still technically an even game, especially because they're on attack and spawning so quick. If anything, Vulcan has to walk farther than Notorious does.
Sunraku getting into the backline on the Venom, gets taken out though. Pushed up a little too far for his team to keep up, and he's just gonna get picked off for it. And now that's down a player going into this fight, and now KCC is just getting run down. Indianapolis is taking full advantage. Notorious run with the thing that they were able to save this map, just punching everybody he can see, man. Haymakers getting thrown, everyone's getting a fist to the face, a fist full of stone, and it's hitting hard.
Just how strong this character is, man. I mean, this character is hold, right click, get overshield, smile, go next, and grin. I mean, he's that's another thing, right, Wig? It's that with this thing, with that hood, even the Blade and the Moon Knight, even though Moon Knight's not in the best spot right now, there's so much damage for Giglums and for Bonnie to heal through. I mean, these tanks on KCC have to position perfectly, or they're gonna get blown up.
Yeah, that is absolutely for sure. And this Venom just knowing that every time he goes in, he's gonna get matched by that Blade, get that damage, that healing reduction on him, so that healing him is a lot harder. Bougie, oh, Sunraku and Vulcan able to team up and get 2 picks, but Bougie already committed to Jubilee. Oh, and here comes Giggles with the Invis. Oh, maybe a little overcommitment once again on her behalf.
Yeah.
I mean, already having 2 picks to fight, they're already backing up into their spawn, and now popping the Invis on point as well. Indianapolis is just not going to match it. They're just going to say, okay, we got the Invis ult out, let's back up and let's regroup. We were going to do it anyway, but now we did it with a little extra, piece of the puzzle. But the pressure from KCC.
After that Venom ult, I mean, is it going to be enough? They do get 1 kill onto Vulcan, but there's 3 dead on the side of Indianapolis. Run getting a ginormous clobber into the Blade ult from Tony, but there's no pickups there, Wig.
Yeah, just not enough follow-up. The Blade ult, I don't believe, covered enough area to get all of those players that were knocked up. The Thing ult is a pretty wide area, the Blade ult not so much. So not able to get the pickup there, and that's really unfortunate because that's 2 big commitments and an immediate swap off of the Blade now to the Bucky for Tony.
Very good swap, especially because they have that Psylocke. They have that Venom. You need to match them as the DPS, as that Bucky, that immovable wall into a gorgeous hook onto Prozac. Is he going to get pieced up, though? Is he going to fall down? He does. And he does fall. That's an ulti coming out from Sinful. They pick up 1 onto Zypha and 1 onto Prozac. Sunraku trying to get out, Wig, but hey, man, that's the thing, man. You can't run when he's on you. You're not going anywhere. So that's a winning fight for Indianapolis.
Yeah, winning fight. And I want to point out, smart play there by Sinful to use that Moon Knight ult to isolate the supports from their team, forcing them into a situation where the supports can't push up. But forget all that, we got an ult combo of the Sentry. 3 ults contributed. The CC from the Doctor Strange matched with both DPS ults, and they're gonna get the cleanup. But is it worth it for the amount of commitment here?
Probably not. We do have, Bio coming out with that gun double. We got Bougie coming in with that Jubilee ult. So KCC has to play safe or soak up some damage for Giglums to get an ulti quickly. But with how Jubilee works, if they just press it like a Gamut ult and walk, they really can't do anything about it on KCC. And there goes Sunraku.
Sunraku gets picked off early, but can Vulcan get a trade here on the Gambit? No, dashes out, pops the Invis. Not picked off yet, able to get to safety. Tony looking a little worse for wear, but gets healed up, able to generate some shield as well, but getting absolutely bursted by Vulcan, who actually has been getting so much value. And now, this is actually a solid Invis ult coming out from Giggles here to counter that Gun Devil ult. And now we got the Royal Flush here from Nostra to see if he can turn this fight around. If they can get some picks here, which it looks like they might. Zifet goes down in the Gambit. Bonnie not looking to be too hot right now, trying to get out.
Ooh, and here comes that Wolverine ult wig. He knocks up one, but does not secure the kill unless he does get it on Bonnie right here, and he does, as well as that Venom ulti coming in from Sunraku. He does not get any pickups. Instead, he does fall for it. Giggling does double jump. She's on point, trying to solo it down for the rest of the team. Is she going to be able to? She is not. They're just all trickling one after another, wig.
Yeah, challenging this. They're trying to pop the Gambit ult to see if they can retake this, but retaking versus this comp is going to be nigh impossible. Just the hood plus the thing plus the Bucky, their ability to just survive on point and brawl. And don't even get me started on the Wolverine. You peek as Doctor Strange, Venom, you try to dive, you're just cooked. You're getting kidnapped, and you're getting taken into the Shadow Realm. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah, they gotta change something up here on KCC. You know, they're trying to go for some pseudo dive variant with that Hawkeye to also just shoot from the height, but it's not gonna work. Wig, you know, they got a Thing, man. I mean, this character doesn't die. Thing, Wolverine. I mean, the Venom and the Psylocke literally can't play.
No, not at all.
Ooh. Tony tried to go for that sneaky hook, off the side of the map, and instead he gets put on a t-shirt.
Sunraku swapping over to the Magneto, being like, wait, I'm just going to use the OP character. I'm going to use the crazy damage and survivability of Magneto and just get first pick in the fight by myself, and then we're just going to run it down after that. And that's exactly what happens. Pays off in his favor. The Venom not getting the value that probably was hoped. I mean, it led to a lot of kills for Vulcan and maybe relieved some pressure for Zifet, but just didn't result in enough value, possibly. Zifet looking directly into the backline, starting to get matched by Bio on the off angle, getting quite low and gets taken out. But Sunraku, with that Scarlet Witch team up, is just slicing through this Indianapolis team.
Here comes that Jubilee ult. Prozac having healthy. He's showing really good restraint right now, waiting for Jubilee to walk a little too forward. And it exactly happens as foretold. She does get hit by that Agamotto. Does she fall though? Vulcan is diving the backliner now. Fuji absolutely trying to keep them up here. Cannot. She can. I lied. We have the Royal Flush waiting to come out, but they can't drop it because they're sitting inside of an invisible boundary. They have to play safe here or they're just going to fall one by one.
And something I want to mention, KCC's ability to get these collaborative burst picks, like the way they're able to, their target priority is quite good, I've noticed. I think their ult usage is really holding them back, the communication, the ult usage, but everything else, like, they've been solid. A TP coming in, Prozac trying to counter portal it. Does he get it off? Not quite. Indianapolis able to jump through for free. Bio up in the air, just able to shoot down at will, and mixed up with the Wolverine, the Gambit ulted Wolverine, gonna pop down. Berserker Rage takes out 2, and that's gonna be a cleanup. Can they get this pushed all the way? Prozac trying to charge with the thing, get to that point before they get all the way, but it's gonna be close. That's a long run, and it doesn't look like they're gonna make it.
No, a little too late. You know, they all died at the same time, but they died so late into that fight while the cart was moving. They couldn't touch. There wasn't enough time for it. That's what I was hoping Indianapolis would do. Wig, they lost 3 fights in a row while having 4 ultis. Just let it rip, man. It's better to have an ugly ult and try something than saving it and not try something, you know?
Yeah.
And it worked out for them. So, you know, good push from Indy. Let's see if they'll be able to hold it. KCC looking to opt to change the comp. Vulcan swapping off that tank. Or excuse me, swapping off that Psylocke, going out to the hood. Prozac staying on the thing. They need that ulti regeneration. They want that pressure and that constant damage as well. Zyphet maybe gonna stay on the Hawkeye. Don't know, but Sunraku is playing that Bucky Barnes, that Winter Soldier. Only slight variations on this comp for the chain.
Yeah, Indianapolis sticking mainly with the same. Tony going over to the Namor, back to the map 1, and we got an Adam Warlock pick. Oh, nope, going to Rocket instead. No Adam Warlock.
They thought about it, but I don't think they trained on it, Wig. I don't think they've scrimmed on the triple. You know, and it's all right. It happens. Maybe put it in next week's scrim block, if you will, on this map. But so they're opting for that rocket, that gambit. Very good comp, by the way, Wig.
The battle
Very,
starts
very
in
good
5,
comp. They both have almost
4,
identical ultis.
3,
Only difference is
2,
one can be destroyed.
1.
And of course that rocket
All you
beacon.
need to do is capture the mission area.
Yeah, that res on any defensive convergence map just makes all the difference. Just being able to bring one of your players back, allow someone to make a mistake, make a misplay, and just be brought right back can just be everything in these fights, especially if you can pace it out and time it so that you have it off of cooldown permanently. You just always have your full team there, and that's obviously is a huge boon in a game like Marvel Rivals, in a hero shooter. Senraku gets a...
Or just hook.
Senraku's Bucky has been really fun to watch. He seems to be very experienced, I would say.
They're smothering them right now. KCC is showing this all-out aggression right now. A lot of damage with that Bucky and that Hood, and they're just picking them off one by one, and they're just falling apart. And I don't think they have enough time to make it for CP. They could try, but I don't think it's going to make.
No, definitely not. That's going to be first point easily taken by KCC. 5 minutes and 20 seconds in the time bank. Put it in the vault. They got plenty of doubloons to work with going into the second push. And if they can keep up the aggression and get these early picks like they just did, which seems to be a specialty, but it looks like early pick is going to be on Zifet instead. Simple able to take the ones there. Senraku gets a hook, but no kill for it.
Trying really hard to get that off angle there, Zifet, and gets picked up by the World. You know, that's one of those characters you can't off angle with. Here comes that Kraken impact coming in from Senraku. Does not get any resets. Actually does get a reset, excuse me, gets it on the Wolverine passive. And then Jubilee
I didn't know that's possible.
and Rocket drop it.
I didn't know you could get a reset off a Wolverine passive. That is news to me, but great news for Senraku, who now, because of that reset, is just hitting picks left and right, not going for the for the sketchy jump onto Tony. He wants his reset. He can almost get it, not quite, but the pick will be gotten regardless, and that is what matters at the end of the day. Senraku has been unmatched on this Bucky. Tony trying to mirror it, but matching it is a whole different story.
Right. You could pick the same character, but doing the same thing is completely different. Both teams having a decent ulti economy here. Both gambits are up. They can look for a gambit push here. Goes back a little deep. Here comes that Gun Devil ulti out. Here comes that Berserker's Rage, as well as that Royal Flush. But Vulcan already ulti so early on that they're just running into fish into a barrel. They're just falling out. Uh-oh, here comes that Kraken Rage getting dropped on top of Senraku. He does get the reset. Tony's in. That's one up. Bougie gets pulled, Gilglum gets pulled in. Another reset. Tony looking for a reset. They get cleansed out by Bonnie. Does not get the reset, but they do get the push to stop.
Yeah, and a huge stop. I mean, less than 5 meters to go for that push. And that would have left them with 5 minutes again in their time bank. And you do not want to be left with that. Rozak trying to get an early Strange ult here. Nothing to show for it though. I don't remember what the Namor ult's called. I'll just say Namor ult. 2 ultis drop, but they do get run. He does fall. It's Horn of something, I believe. Horn of Proteus? Something like that. Horn of Proteus, there it is. We're good casters, guys. We swear, we remember. Shout out. Might not even be. I might have made that up, but I swear that's what. I'm pretty sure you're right. Fact check it, chat. Does anyone know who Proteus even is? Do we know? Notorious Run has a Strange ult, and there's a lot of grouped up players here. He sees it. You can see it in his eyes. He wants it. He sees exactly what we see. Coming in from Tony. Rozak flying out, and then comes out the ulti from Notorious. They get instant cleansed by by Bonnie. Gorgeous cleanse, but here comes that AMP, that amplifier coming out here. They do get picked. Late ulti from Giglum, flank ulti from Senraku. He really wants this highlight reel. Wig, what do we call that? We know what type of ulti that is. Say it, Tier. Say it. We call that the Tier ulti. When you ulti the backline, you hope to get a reset. Your team's way too far away, and you fall early on. And they are even in this fight right now. They got to look for some stabilization on both sides. Simple grabbing Prozac, pulling him off to the side. That is the Dog Brother. He does get a pick. Tony and Bio looking for these ultis coming up here. They might even win it in neutral. Instead, it's the Royal Flush from Bougie. Yeah, I don't know if that was needed. I'm not going to lie. An unnecessary contribution. Just adding insult to injury. Here comes a Berserker Rage. That's a massive Berserker Rage, Wig. Stuff even more salt in the wound, man. Pack it on in there and tie a bandage
my
around it, make sure it
goodness.
does not escape. They are just BMing now. That is disrespectful. The fight is won. None of this is necessary, but opting for it regardless. And I
It
mean,
was gorgeous,
hopefully it
though,
doesn't
Wade.
bite
That
them in
is
the butt.
dog, brother. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a gorgeous ulti. He flanked behind them while they were clumped up in their spawn, launches them all out into a gorgeous clump. I mean, I don't know. Oh, here comes that gun double from Bio. We got another grab from Sinful, making the hood get out of position. He does get the pickup. He does trade it, though. That's a tank for DPS. Some might call that worth. Bio ulti does get a little bit of progress for them. They can't walk up for free. Here comes up that royal flush. They have to respect that. They have no support ult on the side of Indianapolis, and they are doing a really nice job of kiting this wig.
Yeah, but Vulcan coming off respawn though, has the hood ult, but he just isn't there to match it. But yeah, very well done to kite that Gambit ult without having the match. And Prozac's gonna go down. They're gonna get a pick for it. Bougie able to finish that kill there. Great contribution by the supports, but Sunraku able to get a reset off of this Kraken impact, not wanting to overextend, so backing up, not going for the second one. But Ziffet having the follow-up, the Hawkeye ult, shooting left and right. Giggles pops the Jubilee ult, but it's just, it seems like a trend. It might not be necessary. They might wish to have that back later because their support ults are so staggered now. I mean, look at the ults for Indianapolis.
I mean, Wig, I'll say it as nicely as possible. It's a trend. I mean, this is her 5th time doing it in the series so far. It's a one fight, guys. They won the fight. They're up 3. Oh my goodness, F-Bet. Wait, he shut me up. All right.
Oh my god, he did it again! Sinful fell off the map, got Prozac for it, but he just removed another player from the fight.
Bougie, move! Move!
Ziffet is not getting matched. They are not matching Ziffet whatsoever.
He's shooting down main, and they're just letting it happen. A gorgeous hook comes in from Sunrocket to pull Bio in. Does he get out quick enough?
Notorious
Mighty
Run,
eyes
the
of-
most telegraphed strange ult of all time, just gets picked right out of the sky, just like a bird from a hunter.
Sinful does get another pick out to a tank. Here comes that amplifier. They're looking to collapse on it. This Hawkeye is a little deep. He finally gets put down. They don't have any support ults. Prozac drops it. Only gets Tony in it. Is it enough though? Tony does fall.
Can he get the rocket? Prozac
Almost,
has a
not
fully
enough.
charged E, but the rocket gets away from him. Samuraku cleaning up though, off the Kraken impact. But Sinful, the Berserker Rage have been beautiful, and the cleanup now
Another
from Bio's
big
hood
one there.
ulti.
Another big boy ulti coming out of Sinful. I mean, dude, that was a massive ulti. And we talked about it before, Wig. You know, not to put too much salt into the wound on the side of KCC's supports, but imagine if they had a Jubilee ulti there. I mean, they don't have any ulti to contest this. Their Hawkeye and the rest of their team has to get this natural pick. Here comes out that Royal
Sky
Flush, though.
Portal.
As well as that Crockett impact. Are they going to be able to get the resets for Tony? Let's see.
It is a brawl fest here, but KCC getting the better of it. Bonnie popping the Gambit ult just to secure it. And it looks like this might be it for KCC. I don't know if Indianapolis is gonna be able to touch. It's just Nostra. He's their last hope on this rocket. Bio swapping over to the Venom, but can he get there in time? It doesn't look like it's gonna be the case, and KCC is gonna take map number 2, evening up the series at 1-1.
That was a really good push. Very good push. You know, a lot of tempo mistakes, ulti mistakes here and there.
They both made it all the way. I forgot. I thought KCC
they
won.
both
I
did.
thought I didn't know. I forgot.
No, they both made it.
Oh my
But
gosh.
it's you know, that's what we call in the business, Wig, about flipping the portal. You know, it was a good ulti from Tony, a good ulti from Nasher as well for that royal, or I think it was a royal flush, right? Or it was Bio, but Wig, you could always just kite it, you know? As soon as they jump out that portal, you know, you could wait for the supports to come up. Nostra comes walking out of spawn. Zyphet's already ready for him. Picks him off. They're 1 down in the fight. You know, they don't have to fight so early on. And Indianapolis definitely feeling themselves, but it came back to bite them.
Yeah, a little too confident. Bio tank, says Night Raven. Yeah, Bio has been on the hood this entire time. I'm surprised KCC hasn't thought to ban that character. I mean, the character is very insane right now.
Yeah.
Just like me.
Please. We ain't got nothing in common, old man.
KCC
Yeah.
opting to keep the exact same comp from last half. Indianapolis doing pretty much the same.
Night Raven, they are a support player, but also a tank player now. Indianapolis needs some tanks. Bio said he's going to step up and do it for the team. And hey, man, you love to see that coming out of your players. There's that Hawkeye. He has a personal invis shield on height. They have to respect it, Wig. We saw what happened on that last push, you know? Zayfight got like 3 different picks because people weren't respecting him. You know, Bio's playing the hood, so I would expect that he would be diving this Hawkeye a little bit more and making him uncomfortable, but, you know, that's a story for another day.
The Bio getting shredded. This tank shield from Notorious Run also getting shredded. The damage from the hood with the machine guns just shredding. Sunraku, the 1v1, Tony, but Nostra comes to gank and save his Bucky, and now that's a pick up. But wait, it's evened out though. Tank for a DPS. KCC is holding strong.
They have 10 seconds left. They need to touch the point. Bougie does have that ulti. Bio flanking the backline with his machine guns up. Can they pick him off before his team comes here with that Jubilee ulti? He's still alive, but he's being sniped off from the right side here, I believe, by Zypet. He falls to Bougie. Notorious Run kills Bonnie. Tony also picking up Giglums. Here comes that portal coming out. Is it enough for them to get back in time? No, I'm sorry. That was Indianapolis' portal. They haven't even started portal yet.
Prozac dying so late, he's not going to be able to get a TP in time. That's going to be a cap unless somebody can somehow touch, but there's no good touchers here on KCC. No fast characters.
No Venom. You know, they have to play quick here. You know, they have to. So if you want to win this next couple fights, you need to ult perfectly, Wig, especially on OT like this.
Yeah, I think this fight right here is gonna ride fully on Zifet's Hawkeye ult. If he does not get value out of it, I think Indianapolis is gonna start to snowball, especially with this Gambit ult coming out. Can Zifet kill through?
Yeah, he does get Sinful, but that's one pick. Oh, and he gets run, and then Bio peeks it and falls.
Now this is it.
About it, and they could just. We talked about it last half. You know, that's the one downside of playing too aggressive. You forget to kite. You know, unless you dive that Hawkeye when he's ulting, he's just gonna do exactly that. They didn't kite it out, and Hawkeye just put them all down.
Yeah, just an absolute shooting gallery, just bursting through that Gambit ult, not caring about that heal over time, just spamming that left click and getting picks at will, and cleans up the fight there. But Indianapolis did get that first point with only a minute, so KCC still has a lot to do. I mean, that a minute only gives you time for 2, maybe 3 fights if you're lucky and your Strange dies first in fight number 2. But if Indianapolis can stall well,
I was just gonna say that it makes you wonder though. Is Indianapolis or KCC gonna swap things up, excuse me, on the attack defense side? And they are. Indianapolis opting for that triple tank, which is very meta on this map. There's no Punisher. It's been banned out. They do have a Storm that can be played. They're playing the Hawkeye and the Bucky.
No more triple tank.
I don't think it's enough damage. I don't think it's enough damage to poke through this. I mean, Simple getting off of the tank. I'm actually wrong.
Yeah, I was expecting to see a triple tank. I think that would have been great. I think the Penny plus the Groot would have been huge, and then having the thing just to pump out damage, pump out, you know, survivability would have been a very hard to kill tank core. But instead, popping onto the Moon Knight, which I think Moon Knight is a little better on defense, but it remains to be seen if he can get value out of it. With the Strange Shield, able to just block his onks and his left clicks.
That is one of the good things about this comp, like you said with the Penny. Ooh, Sinful does get picked up early on for this fight though, so they are 1 down, but they do have that rocket res. The good thing about this comp though, like I was saying, Wig, is that you can't walk in for free. Thing is just punching non-stop. Penny has those nests. Bio eating way too much damage. He wants it for breakfast, honestly. They do pick him up, but Simple gets Senraku in return, so they are even right now. The tank's on the side of the tank who is Thing, Notorious Run, is punching this front line. They can't walk in, Wig. I mean, they can't walk in.
Indianapolis is sticking it out for now. KCC had it in their palms. Senraku getting first pick. TP coming out from Giggles, it's OT. They need to get it now, but Indianapolis has a good portal to kind of block the entryway of the point. We got a sky portal coming in from Giggles.
We got an air portal coming in, and they drop down, and Tony's looking at it. He's looking at the air portal. and they just fall right into fish, and that's the map win for Indy.
You're looking up into it's like they were looking up into the sun, looking up into a solar eclipse, and
Wig, can we have a bingo card, please, or a counter card for how many air portals we see this season?
yeah, I don't think any of the portals on this map or in this series have been on the ground yet. I think they've all been hovering, or like that one, just completely flying, taking flight. I think rule of thumb for
man.
yeah. Look at the DPS. This is
You hate to see it, man. I'd be furious.
this is what you get, man. This is what you get here. This is just the damage pumped out right now. The damage in the game right now is so insane with all of these team ups going around. There is just so much.
Are we playing Marvel Rivals anymore? Are we even playing it, man?
This might be an MMORPG. We might be pumping out millions of damage per second, bro. We need a damage chart like World of Warcraft. I think that's all that we're missing.
Shout out World of Warcraft. We're doing highest amounts of damage. We're doing boss rotations. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, Gong, what do we have to do? What do we have to do for that? What do we have to do to make the first hero shooter where characters have hundreds of thousands of health and people do millions of damage per game? That's what I want to see, big numbers. I want to headshot somebody with Hela and deal 300,000 damage. How much I gotta pay for that? What a brother gotta do?
You know what lost this game for KCC, Wig? And it's a running trend with them. They get picks. You know, they get picks. They get to do a lot of damage. They're really good on their neutral. But Wig, their tempo's really not showing any progress. It's not showing any experience in the two maps that it's been shown so far. They're making the same mistake. You know, and Indy is answering that. They're answering the ulties, they're answering the tempo, they're ready for it. Yeah, they're not winning in the neutral game, but they're ulting significantly better. They're using the ulti economy significantly better. They're using their cooldowns significantly better. And KCC, if they can figure out a way how to work on their cooldown management, figure out how to use their ultis better, they'll be a significantly stronger team.
I mean, I agree. Ralt in chat saying you have the one-sided mag. You gotta play the mag, and I agree. I think Strange is a strong character, but just does not compare to Mag. Mag's utility and his damage.
He's a raid boss.
Unrivaled.
Be honest. You could be honest with chat. That character's not balanced. Like Magneto is the least balanced character that has been released in this game yet in this current season, and that says a lot considering the hood was dropped. Wig, like that says a lot. Magneto has two bubbles like Zarya. He has the damage of Hela on his team up. He has damage, just good damage regularly, and then he has an indestructible shield there, Wiggler. We have a one-sided mag. Why aren't we using it? I mean,
yeah, not to mention one of the best support ult counters in the game. One of the only just hard support ult counters in the game when used properly. We're getting straight into map number 3. It is
good
once
shout
again.
Out, Buns. Yes, insta shutdown Jubilee. That is correct. Mag is just, you can use your ult defensively, you can use it offensively, and you can use it for tempo. I mean, the issue with Doctor Strange right now, Wig, is his ulti's kind of poop. Like, I hate to be that guy to say it. His ulti's not that great. It's telegraphed, it gets countered by Invis, it gets countered by Gambit, it gets countered by any form of CC, and you need a lot of team play for it to work. Magneto ulti, you can be very selfish. You can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, it's kind of just the jack of all trades. Ultimately, you can use it defensively, you can use it aggressively. You could even just use it just to use it, and you will likely get value out of it, because someone will, if you pop it anywhere near a team fight, someone will likely charge it, and someone will also likely be under you waiting to get hit by it. So it's just
not only that, Wig, but it's a team game, right? You have these demons on your team like Vulcan, Zyphet, Sanraku. They're hitting their shots, Wig. You know, the neutral game is showing from them. The Magneto amplifies your DPS. Amplifies their survivability, their off-angle potential with the bubbles, lets them stay alive longer. It helps you fix their mistakes via positioning or via biting too much to chew. So, I mean, Magneto does it all, man. That's the Swift Army knife of tanks.
Yeah, Indianapolis saving their Magneto this time, not letting the one-sided mag get out. They said, if you're not going to play it when you have it, we'll show you how to play it. We'll show you the value of this character. I see
one-sided Bucky.
Ooh.
That's
one-sided
and the Strange save. Okay.
Interesting scenes here for sure. I think
Oh,
Sinpool.
yeah.
I think we gotta stop trying to ban Sinpool. I think the Cyclops. I think the Cyclops
guy's-
is fine, but
This guy's Wolverine's disgusting, Wig. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm actually pleasantly surprised, and I know it sounds BM. I'm sorry if it comes off that way, but it's one of the best wolves I've seen in a long time, guys. This guy's wolf's really good. I agree, Wig. Stop trying to ban out one person on a team, especially when they've shown that they can play other things. You're kind of wasting ban slots.
yeah, and you could be using them for more universal, more generally good bans. Like that Magneto. Get that Magneto out early. Could have prevented it from getting saved. Keep that one-sided Magneto.
Yeah, and that hood. I mean, like, the hood. We could talk about the hood, Wig. You know, Mag is the super soldier of the tank roster right now. But the hood is good. He's strong. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's broken. I think the hood's team-ups is what makes him broken, Wig. And worrying about something like not banning a hood over banning a Namor is a very interesting choice.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think banning a Namor here and not banning the hood. Bio has been playing exclusively the hood in these games, and he's gotten a lot of value out of it. That character just prints value. That character is a money printer. You select a character, and it pays dividends. So not removing it, I feel like is just kind of begging to make the game harder for yourselves. You're begging for a harder fight. You're begging for more drawn out brawls. And that's just not what you want, because the hood loves those drawn out fights. The hood loves getting that value and being able to bank off that lifesteal, bank off that building up the miniguns over and over, and then just pop ult and shred backlines. Like, he loves that.
You know what I noticed too, Wig? Another game of no Mantis or Gambit bans. And I've noticed all both games so far, excuse me, no Elsas. You know how strong that character is. Do they just not play it here? Does KCC and Indy not play the Elsa?
I do not believe so. I don't believe I've seen Elsa from either of these teams. If anything, I would say Sinpool plays it, but that guy's played
And Cat. I just noticed. I was gonna say I haven't seen any Cats. We're seeing it now. That character is, you know, it's it's something. I'm on broadcast, so I'll be super nice in PG-13. But Black Cat is arguably the strongest CPS in the game. We haven't seen it a lot. We're seeing it now. Spoilers alert. Them in a couple seconds when they see it flashing the backline, but we're seeing it a swap change. They have a different identity now. You know, no more hood, no more brawl slop, sustain slop. They're opting to dive him, bro.
Yeah, this is gonna be a lot to deal with if you're KCC. The Venom plus the Cat is a lot already, but mix that with the BP. Bio goes in, but he's alone for now, getting pieced up by this Bucky, and he's gonna go down. But he did not wait for his divers to be ready. No one was there with him to follow up.
Yeah, the squids weren't even destroyed yet either. You know, you gotta learn restraint when you're playing dive. You see it a lot in ranked. Your divers, your Black Cats, your VPs, your Spider-Man, they just dive and dive and dive until it works. In an organized setting like this, you gotta show a little bit of restraint, wait for your team to really set up.
And Bio gets hooked in again, just gets torn apart. There's no coordination on these dives. He's kind of just going in whenever he feels like it, popping his E early and then dying for it. And he's never swinging out. I don't know if he's losing his swing, like he's swinging in or what, but immediately swaps back to the hood. He says, this is not working. I recognize that. Not going to waste any more time in this half trying to make that work.
I'll tell you what, though. Sinpool is causing a ruckus on this backline. He's making Giglums and Bonnie waste all of their cooldowns, the dashes, the shields, and not only that, but Vulcan's having to turn around and help them constantly, so the cart is still moving from Indy. Yeah, a lot of kills aren't happening, but the cart's moving. Sunrocky does get a pick onto Tony, though. Oh, and the Sinpool is running for his life. That Namor is looking for him. He does get out. We got an armed and dangerous Kraken impact coming out of Sunraku. It does not get a reset. They're just doing a good job kiting right now from Indy.
Yeah, I don't know who he tried to ult. I don't know if it was the Invis or it was someone invisible, because I heard a slam, I didn't see anyone get slammed. So I'm assuming it was someone invisible, either the Black Cat or the Invis. Simple, absolute 1 HP, goes invisible and gets out and gets healed. Sunraku is deep in the back line. He needs to get out of that ultimate or fear of getting Magnetoed, which he does end up, or she does end up doing. Now it leaves Bonnie to solo heal, but that's not going to last very long. Vulcan just having to retreat and regroup with his team, having the Magneto ult there. But Indianapolis is just, once again, winning the ult economy game, as we've seen throughout the series.
Week, is Indianapolis shameless or what? Can we look at this comp real quick, by the way? Can we look at this comp? Is Indianapolis shameless? Vulcan going in, Sunraku going in, trying to make sure they can't get this point for free. Here comes that Royal Flush. Vulcan does die early on from Tony. Vulcan dying now allows that Gun Devil ulti to come out early here and try and buy time for the team, and it does. Big one's almost falling, does not though, but Zyphet does pick up Sinful. Formaldehyde does pick up Zyphet, but they still get the point, Wig. Indy is moving the point right now.
Yeah, they get the point regardless of that. I mean, they tried the combo, the Namor with the Strange ult, but it just only got one pick for it, and you need more. If you're going to combo those two ults together, those are two big ults. You need to get value out of it. Prozac trying to take space here, trying to be aggressive, but he's just getting matched so easily. And now Bio just plays so brave on this hood, and he can.
I was gonna say that. Is this a new person? I mean, Bio is showing a lot of aggression on the hood now compared to the last game. Here comes that Black Hat ulti. Here comes that Elsa ulti. They're hoping to get a wombo, get those resets for her. She does. She gets the reset, and they're all falling apart. This character is balanced. It's well adjusted. Wongong and the rest of NetEase did a really good job. Shinpol kills the entirety of the team besides Zyphet.
He flies too close to the sun. Flies too close to the sun. Gets the picks needed, but gets picked off for it. Not too consequential. We'll be able to get back to the point in time for the next fight. Unless something drastic happens. But yeah, the character, Sinful has just looked good. On every character I've seen, Sinful has looked good. This guy seems to be just a cut above the rest in this league as far as DPS goes.
He knows where to stand and when to strike, honestly.
I feel like myself again.
And look at Indy. I mean, look at this. They lost one. They lost that Elsa, and they perfectly kite back. They said, we're going to wait until our Elsa gets back up, and then we're going to walk in with this Gambit ult. And they look very well organized. They clearly are a team that likes to scrim. You know, they like to play the game. They like to lock in. Here comes that Gun Devil coming out from Bio. Deaglim dropping that invisible boundary, trying to keep their team up. Simple flank and gets picked off by Sunraku on the Bucky, as well as the Armor Danger coming out. He is looking to drop an ulti. Does not need to drop it. Tony dropping that the Meteor M to try to buy some time from Sunraku's Armed and Dangerous, and it does. There's no resets required, no resets had. They still have the ulti advantage on the side of Indy. Actually, they're even, excuse me, both teams having that Royal Flush, and it looks like someone might fall.
Yeah, both teams just kind of poking out here, seeing who can get the advantage in this fight, who can get the first pick. Zifat looking like he might be the first to go, but gets out just in time. Bio 1 HP. And we got another combo, but this one pays off. They get the picks that they wanted and needed. At this time, 1 minute and 13 seconds left in the time bank. Only 1 minute 10 now. KCC needed that fight. They need to win these next two fights if they want this hold.
They needed it bad. You know, the issue also, Wig, both sides just holding these Gambit ult. It's a 3-2-1, man. You let it rip. You know, they're looking for a poke game type of scenario. The only team that can benefit from that is KCC with that Bucky Namor, you know. Indy doesn't have that, so they can't do it. And here it comes. Here comes that Royal Flush. They're looking for the backline dive. Is it going to work? It's either diving heavy. Simple's in there. Prozac does pick up Miss Fuji, goes a little too deep. Invisible boundary coming out of Ian's brain and gets picked off there.
My
Vulcan dropping a massive URM, man. I mean,
Down to 30 seconds.
2-for-1 special. Buy one, get one free. Freak it, squeak it, make both of them free, man. Clearance on the shelf. This guy just cleaning house. Gets 2 picks with the Dunkarina. Only 1-1, but gets more than he bargained for. I'm sure he's not complaining about that one. 10 seconds left. Indianapolis has to touch it. We got the Wolverine back, but passive proc early, and Sunraku gets a pick. Able to get the Kraken impact, and now this should all but seal it. If he's able to get these resets, or even if not, just the damage and the pressure should be enough, and it looks like it will be. And as the time ticks down, no time to TP, no time to even touch. Indianapolis gets held to 1 point, 1.5, more like it.
0.
yeah, I mean,
2,
it was a solid
1.
push, but Wig, they started to trickle in. They started
Time
to
to
fall
switch
apart
things up,
on a couple of those
including
fights and a
which
couple of those
side you're
pushes.
on.
And they forgot to press the go trigger, you know? They forgot to
need a
press the
top-notch
start
team
button
to win
on the
this
side of
one.
Indy. And KCC noticed that, and they played very grouped up, very clumped up, and it paid off for them.
Yeah, just great team play, just a great hold all around. Sunraku kind of putting the team on his back for the most part there. Zifet had some nice picks, especially in combination with Prozac's ult, but Sunraku has been so useful to this KCC roster as a DPS, especially on the Bucky Barnes. Just able to get the crucial hooks, putting damage down range, picking off supports at the start of fights, during fights, which can
30
completely
seconds
change the
before your
tides of a
Get
fight,
ready.
as shown multiple times over. And so if he's able to keep this up, but no, going over to the Venom, I don't know if I like that. I like Sunraku on the DPS. I'd like him to stay on the DPS, but Vulcan deciding to pop over to the Cyclops with the Phoenix team up, something to note.
The battle starts in 5, 4,
Saving supports for
Yeah,
next map.
they're-
Yeah.
1.
Yes, we were talking about the gambits. Both gambits are just saving that ulti, even though it's a 3-2-1. But yeah, I don't like it either way. I mean, Sunraku looking like the real powerhouse on that DPS roster. And now he wants to opt for a solo tank Venom, you know, no dive with him. It's him by himself. Bio reading that, immediately going, I guess, buying too much chip on his dip. Oh my god, they're just falling apart. I'm losing it, man. I mean, they're a little too deep, if you will. You know, the Venom dives gets a lot of disruption onto the back line of Indianapolis. And Bio falls for it. And they got a big push coming here from KCC.
Sunraku getting backline value. I mean, with the procs from the Phoenix, the double. I see what they're doing now. It's a double Phoenix team up procs. The Venom damage is insane with that Phoenix team up. Putting the bursts onto everybody he hits with that giant AoE swing. I mean, it's paying off at the moment, so I don't see why they would switch it up. Popping the E early though. Popping the shield, and now he's left with nothing.
Does pop it early and falls for it. Prozac's a little too deep as well. Does he get picked up? He does not. He does get back to his team. And now they're just in a dry fight right here. It's just in anyone's game.
Ooh, and a great kidnap by Sinpool there.
Oh.
Able to get only Prozac off the edge without ledging himself. And well done to do so. Just distances it out perfectly so that he lands right at the edge. And that's enough to reset KCC. Sunraku sticking to the Venom for now. We have Venom ult plus Cyclops. This combo could be a lot of damage. Could kill through ult if they decide to pop it. Sunraku getting low. Is he going to opt for it? Does opt for it. Optic Fury comes out, but no picks for it. The timing's a little off. And now they have Glartrox plus damage boost from Rocket. That's going to be pretty much a solo team wipe. And Giggles popping the Invis ult, but it's just too late. It's not going to get to anybody. Zifet gonna die regardless. Having to back out of it, backing out of your support ult because you don't have the numbers is just always sad to see.
Ooh, I'm at a loss of words, Wig. Gorgeous Galtrox Apex Predator coming out of Formaldehyde, and Aiden's Reign showing great restraint, dropping that ulti, hopefully ulti tracking that Zyphet doesn't have the ulti for it. And like you said, Sunraku Vulcan a little out of sync there, the ultis don't wind up perfectly, but now KCC is down one ulti. Bougie having this Royal Flush up first should be able to really get a big fight win for them here.
Sinpool has this ult on the Wolverine. He looks like he's looking for it already, trying to line up the biggest target. Bio on the Strange now. Pops Agamotto, doesn't get much for it. Now Sinpool still holding on to this Wolverine ult, still looking for it. Gets two, gets both picks, gets the cleanup. Bio getting a pick onto
This guy might be the
Zifet.
dog brother, man. This guy might be the dog brother.
If someone get this guy a
we've seen him play a
skin.
lot of stuff. Yeah, we have to get him the skin. We've seen this guy play a lot of characters, Wig, but his Wolf definitely looks like his best. I haven't seen the Cyclops much. I know you guys have talked about it, but this Wolf is very good, man.
is dirty.
Very good.
The Cyclops, he can drop 30 bombs on Cyclops. He can drop 30 bombs. He just, his right click, especially in this league, his right clicks just hit everybody constantly. Agamotto comes in, but no knockouts for it. Doesn't get anybody. He's gonna get kidnapped out of the air by Sinful and taken out. And this is the last fight for KCC. Prozac does go down first. Might have time to portal here, but it's gonna have to be quick. Time's running out.
Yeah, we dropped the amp coming out of Eden's range here. Try and buy some time, maybe even win the fight for them. It's a little far back. It's too far. Prozac dropping that portal as well as that symbiotic. I believe it's symbiotic bite. Oh, the Apex Predator coming out here.
Pulls it back. Doesn't let it go off the ledge. It was perfectly on course to go off the map, but pulls it back instead. And Giggle is popping the Invisal, trying to buy her team as much time as possible for her DPS to come off respawn, but no picks for it, no value to be gained. Now Formaldehyde looking in rough shape in a corner. Simple looking for a kidnap, but without needing it, picks off Prozac, and that's a huge pick, a huge stalling tool for KCC. But Bonnie has the Gambit ult, and now Sunraku with the Gambit ult is just swinging, just swiping through this team of Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's a damage boosted Venom with the Venom team up and with the Gambit ulti. You can't survive that without dropping an ulti yourself.
And Bio's on respawn. He's not gonna be able to TP in time, I don't believe. I think this is they're gonna have to just go all natural. 2.5 minutes added to the clock for KCC. Able to get it.
You know, they did drop a lot of ultis there though, so that is the one advantage for the side of Indianapolis. They have ulti advantage for these next couple fights. And if they want to hold this wig and win this game, they have to win every fight.
It is true. They're gonna have to win. Indianapolis is gonna have a crazy hold here. I mean, look at the push that KCC's already getting. They just got the point. They're almost halfway to winning the map already.
Bio and Ninja, does he think this ulti's gonna work? It might work. Oh my goodness. He does get Gambit, but he gets completely shut down.
Senraku is just getting bullied by this Wolverine. That's the moral of the story, is that Wolverine is just bullying these tanks. And Indianapolis should be able to win this fight with the Gambit ult. Should be just a simple rundown, but they're not committing to it. Now that Gambit ult's out, but now Simple opts to go in, but it's too late. No healing, no movement speed, no extra damage. Not able to get a
Galactic coming up here for the side of Indy. Is it going to be big? Is it gonna do a lot of work? Sunraku's looking for a dive onto the back line. He does get 2 for it. Formaldehyde gets 1, but they win the fight on the side of KCC. It's Bio, Simple, and Tony left on point, trying to buy as much time left as they can.
And Tony getting picked off. Bougie swapping the Strange. Bougie is gonna try to portal, but it's too late. There's not enough time. They're gonna get the touch. And KCC is gonna take map number 3, making the series 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, Wig, I hate this Gambit, like, on both sides. I hate the use of it. We're using it like it's a Luna ulti or an Invis ult. You gotta walk with it, man. I mean, Bougie dropped a nice ulti, got everybody in the team, and then they watched the enemy team just, like, back up. You know, they just kind of walked away from it. Very good from Sunraku, though, man. I mean, the guy put on a showing on the Venom and on the, I believe he was on the Bucky as well. And this guy looks unbeatable in these games right now.
Yeah, the matchup I'm definitely looking at is Sunraku versus Sinpool. That's kind of just the decider, who's able to get more value and who's just popping off more game by game, fight by fight. And I think Sunraku just got more value. Sinpool had huge moments, huge Wolverine ults and kidnaps, but without his team able to follow up and support that, Sunraku just was able to run away with the Bucky and with the Venom. The Venom, we were worried about it. We were worried about taking him off the DPS in a moment like that, but with the Phoenix team up, with the actual Phoenix buff, just pumping out so much damage and just tearing through Indianapolis.
Yeah, and I mean, you said it already. They gave him way too much respect and way too much time on the side of Indianapolis on that final push. I mean, Bio's going for some floaty ballerina ulti, hoping they're not going to notice him like he's like Splinter Cell, you know, getting an ulti. They're pushing the cart the whole time, right? Like the rest of his team's sitting real far back. KCC's just sitting there wondering where the enemy team is. And they got pretty much a full push for free. You know, it's just, I don't think they understand the urgency aspect of these final couple fights.
Yeah, it looked pretty much guaranteed that Indianapolis was going to get the hold, but then they just let up. And once KCC found the opportunity, they just kept digging in that wound and pushing further and further, building momentum, and then it snowballed out of Indianapolis's hands. And that was just it. That was the map, just like that.
Yep.
And now, waiting for KCC to be ready. Probably in some talks after that map. I mean, they took the W. Maybe wanting to see what they did right. Now, rather than what they did wrong after the losses, they're trying to see what they did right. What can they recreate and carry forward to the new maps? Because all three game modes are available now. Dawn, Convergence, and Convoy are all back up in the pool. So
Yeah, if I'm KCC, I'm taking my time. I'm thinking. I'm gonna figure out what we did right, what we did wrong, and can we capitalize that going into the next game, all the way down to the map pick, like you said.
it looks like we got the ready check. We are good to go. We'll get into the map selection. Any game mode at their disposal. Indianapolis, their first time being forced to choose a map in this series.
What do you think they're going for? What do you think Indy is looking at here?
I think Museum of Contemplation, they're hovering it over it now. I think that has been a big favorite. And I think, especially with how much these people know about that map now, how much they played this map, and look, that's exactly where we're going. We're going straight to Museum of Contemplation. I mean,
Museum Grinwig, another triple tank game, map. Just like before, they played Central Park. Another very strong defense-sided map, and depending on your pick bands, it could be a really hard attacking push.
Yeah, that first corner is devious to say the least. Absolutely, like, devilish. Trying to get around that corner while taking constant damage. You can try to take an off angle, but the off angles are just a few meters away from the main angles. So you're just welcomed to being looked at all times. But
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm sure both teams have a lot of playtime on this map. A lot of time to kind of figure it out and iron out kinks of their specific team, find their weaknesses in the map, and try to plug those holes. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a big matter of preparation. I think whichever team has more, like, coordinated playtime as a team on this map is going to get the best, because they're going to have more mastery over it and make better use of all that it has to offer.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, this map is a really hard map to play. It's a really hard map to understand. And if you play against a team that does know it very well, you're in for a rude awakening.
Cloak and Dagger ban by Indianapolis, taking out the Phoenix as well. They do not want a repeat of that Cyclops Venom Phoenix team up. Just removing the centerpiece, removing the team up buff. Not a bad thing. Both sides saving the Magneto. No bans on the Magnetos.
They banned the Wolf though. Not a bad one.
Yeah, Simple was very dominant on that Wolverine. Just able to take Prozac or Sunraku just out of a fight and into the enemy backline where they had little ways to escape. And Zifet's Hawkeye gets banned out as well, second to last pick. And both teams is their last bans. Or no, it's a save from Indianapolis. They're hovering over the Rocket. Not a bad save for that defensive side. I don't know if they'll use it on offense, but
it's just good on both points, or both attacking sides here, attacking and defense. It's really good. It like you said before, Wig. It's one long hill box. It's one long push through, and that Rocket covers the whole thing pretty much. So yeah. Rocket save's not bad for both sides. We're gonna probably see the Rocket Gambit come out again from both sides, or Rocket Invis, or Rocket Gambit. Hood also still up. You know, we got the Hood, we got the Mag up. A lot of the very, very strong picks. We got that Elsa as well. Sinful pulling out your guy. Wig, he's pulling out. They're almost playing a very similar comp on both sides. They got the Punisher match, and then they got the Magneto match, of course. You gotta have the Magneto. And then Elsa versus the BP.
Yeah, Elsa on this map, I think, is insane. I think this map has a lot of long hallways and a lot of corridors sometimes that, like, choke points that people are forced, especially defenders coming off respawn, are forced to push through.
Oh, yeah.
And you can get some crazy Glartroxes, but at the same time, it takes a little bit of finesse because those small corridors leave a lot for the Glartrox to get caught on, and that can completely ruin your ultimate if it does, in fact, get caught on one of those corners.
We're opting for a very similar comps on both sides, Wig. But no triple. You know, they're not rocking any triple on either side. Even though the Hood is saved on both sides. You know, no Formaldehyde is swapping to the. I was wondering what Formaldehyde was doing. Sorry. Formaldehyde swapping to that Phoenix, looking to try to break that amp early, and the Zephyr looking for a flank and picks up a very early kill onto Eden's Ring.
Even if he doesn't get the amp, being able to just Phoenix ult the res if he can find it, but picks off Zippa instead, I'm sure he'll take that just as well. Prozac having to back up here on the Strange, shield just getting torn through. Sinful, both sides having the infinite ammo, the fire rate boost, so the Stranges on both sides are just going to get torn through. Oh, Bio just gets shredded.
Both teams not respecting it, Wade. Neither of them are respecting that infinite ammo. They forget. I think they're forgetting it's a thing. You know, forgetting it's a team up. They gotta respect it because the Punisher with the infinite ammo does the most damage in the game.
Sunrocky gets a double hook, no picks for it, but definitely good just to scare them a little bit. And Bougie with the aggressive Jubilee ult just gonna run them down, and that Rocket Amp's gonna go down instantly. Giggles pops it and it just gets shredded. And a pause coming in from Eden's Reign. A pause on the side of Indianapolis. Looks like we have a crash. So we'll pop back over to the caster screen for now. Tony crashed, he said. Okay, interesting. I mean, this fight's not, just looking at this little snapshot, it's not looking good. Vulcan's still on a 4-second cooldown. Prozac CC'd, Ziffat's looking 1, Giggles looking 1. Indianapolis, everyone pretty much at full HP. And
we also did it. We also did it again. You know, they're 2 down in the fight. Gigglums drops the ulti, instantly gets shredded. Remember, they're running Phoenix Punisher, especially with the Hood as well. That ulti died in less than a second. The amp was gone. I mean, we're using these ultis very liberally. You know, they're not holding them back, not looking for a retake angle. We're just doing them to just use them at this point. And that is the one downside that I'm noticing from KCC.
yeah, a big downside at that. The support ults are one of the core parts of this game with how much healing, how much damage there is. It's a centerpiece around just team fights in general, right? Without support ults, ooh, they're starting it quickly. No confirmation needed, just going right back into it. Simple picks off Giggles as soon as it gets back. Bio able to get Prozac, and Ziffat backing up. Bonnie trying to get his team, or her team, to full HP.
That ain't gonna stop this team.
That's gotta be against some type of rule, but we'll keep it going. Prozac opting not to TP back, walking it out. They're gonna try and do a hard retake from this small choke. And Wig, if you know this map, this is a really hard retake angle.
Oh yeah, 100%. But if anyone can do it, it's Sunraku with a Gambit Bucky ult, but only gets 1 reset. Oh, wait a second. How is it still on? That was like 20 seconds worth of time, and Bio gives another reset. Formaldehyde pushed up a little too far, gets hit by that Bucky. He might feed another reset if he's not careful. No, just unable to get that final reset is Sunraku, but Formaldehyde still looking low. Gotta play his life here on this reset. And
yeah, but they dropped a lot here as well, Wig.
Yeah, definitely a lot expended to get this take. Indianapolis has a lot to spend. KCC, again, we said it on Domination, is going to have to play perfect. KCC, and that is not a good start to playing perfect. Not having your mag ult to match his Punisher ult. He gets rezzed, but gets rezzed behind the enemy team. He can't absorb the bullets. He gets rezzed behind. Giggles puts the res behind the enemy team. Formaldehyde.
Simple uppercuts into the enemy team. He thinks he's Superman. He does fall very short, but yeah, the Magneto, I think he believed that he could ulti the
Funny ult from any range. If you don't know, Wig and chat, you have to be in an AoE. There's an AoE around your orb that you can, tuck it in, and it was not close enough.
Maybe, I think he believed that the Punisher would turn around for him, would see the res and turn around and then shoot him and he could bait it. But no bait, no dice there. And that's just a huge loss. And now Giggles having the only ult.
Their team's not back up yet. Giggles just puts down the res amplifier to make up for that overextension. And he does get the res out. But remember, Formaldehyde has ulti. He held it last fight. So Giggles can drop his ulti and it's going to get instantly broken.
Yep.
No, not even. Formaldehyde doesn't drop the ulti.
Drops it now, but it gets destroyed. Tries to go long range with it and it just gets shredded. Usually has the Jubilee up, but they're not pushing with it. Now it's run out. Their time's run out. And now Senraku is going to get his ult, and he's going to get a reset off of it. And now these picks are all his if his team can just follow up and give it to him. And it looks like they'll do just that. Bio gives another reset. Tony tries to block it, but that shield, Magneto shield, does not block Bucky ultimate. And that's going to be a reset for Indianapolis. 2 minutes, roughly, give or take, on the clock. Now, both Tank ults and Invis ult sitting here for Indianapolis. They have what they need. If they can just not get hit, by they can counter this, either this Gambit ult or the Punny ult. They just need to avoid the Strange ult. That's the only thing. Here comes the Punisher ult. Are they going to opt to use the Magneto? They do, and they get the dunk. But here comes Prozac.
As well. Big Agamotto. He does get one for it. Does he get out, Wig? I think he does.
Backs out into the little cubby. Gets out for now. It's an even fight. We got a combination of ultimates here. Vulcan not able to get the dunk onto Eden's Rain. The Invis ult will stay put for now. Bio able to snipe Prozac. Coming off respawn.
The Gun Devil shooting the tanks from behind. Here comes out that Royal Flush. Indy does not have any ulti to answer this. They have to play safe and play it back. If they do trade out Vulcan for Formaldehyde, this Bucky is overextended on the top.
Simple's getting picks.
Put him down.
Simple is getting picks through the Bucky, or through the Gambit ult. My apologies. And now Simple has his ult here, and they have no counter. Vulcan is very far from his ult, and they have no support ults. If Simple pops it here, and it looks like he will. If they can just keep him up, this would be huge. Vulcan has no way to counter this, and they're all stuck in this room. He's going to get res, but he's going to get res right into the meat grinder. Could this be an overextension, though, by Simple? He needs to be careful. It's a lot of damage, but he's able to get picks, but he dies for it. And KCC, they have players. Because of that res, they actually have players to win this fight still, even with Simple getting those picks.
Yeah. Not only that, but I mean, Senraku, you would think this guy's playing like Star-Lord or Black Panther, Wig. I mean, he's flanking these angles. Oh!
Zipet takes that right from under him, and he will not get the reset. But Giggle is going to drop the rocket amp, and that's going to be more than enough. All that's left is Simple to try to get a touch on Namor, but as he comes out of his bubble, he's just burned out. And that'll hold Indianapolis to only 1 capped point, leaving KCC on the attack.
Yeah, this Bucky's kind of getting away with murder. He's hitting these off angles, he's flying at the enemy backline, and he's getting 1 to 2 picks every time he does it.
Yeah, it seems like he has ult almost every fight. He gets a pick, he ults. He gets a pick, he ults. He gets a pick, he ults. Rinse and repeat, and all of a sudden the round is just over. And Senraku has 14 final hits. It's just, you hate to see it. You hate to see it if you're Indianapolis. This guy is running pockets, and Simple, his match, has not been able to, as I said, match him in these encounters. So I'm curious to see how it goes for them on attack. see if it's a
30
different
seconds
look.
before you
But
attack.
as we've seen
Get
in
ready.
prior maps, KCC is just as proficient on attack as they are on defense. They are not a one-sided team, which some teams fall into the problem of being.
One arm to take you out.
Yeah, Indy looks much stronger on defense than they do attack most of the time.
The
And
battle starts in 5,
let's see if they'll get to
4,
pull it out here.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we got Bio on the Emma. That's what's being pulled out here. That's what we're reaching into the bag of tricks for. We got Mag Emma. We're going back a few seasons. We're going back
Mag
to
Emma, we're going old school with it.
old reliable. We'll see how reliable it is. Gets hooked in. That's not a good start. If Bio pops Diamond to try to get out, but it's just getting body blocked left and right. But
Ooh, just barely. Oh my goodness.
survives for the time being, but that's so much pressure, so many cooldowns burned. Bio doesn't have that diamond now. Can't use it aggressively, but Vulcan's getting low. Zippet getting burned out by the Emma, the full charge beam on that off angle. But Giggle is able to get the res on him. Now Bio gets hit by the mag right click. Gets tenacity. It's an even
A lot
fight
of
on
damage
both sides.
Wig. It just comes down to who decides to make a mistake first. Big hook coming in from Sunraku, but they forgot about the diamond as well on the Emma. The Emma does get out like with about 1 HP.
Bougie getting the Jubilee ult now. She is known to pop the aggressive Jubilee ults. Let's see if she pops it here just to win this fight. Force a reset on KCC, or are they going to win it organically? Looks like it's looking dangerous here. Eagle's tossing the ult down, but it's right in the middle of the team that's going to get burned out. Eden's Rain pops the Invis ult to stall out for her team. And it's more than enough. Prozac gets killed out of his ult. Sunraku has the Bucky ult, but it's a forced reset. Not wanting to pop it here. Not in this situation when your team is down so many players.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these teams, I'm noticing, are not pressing the 3-2-1, the go trigger, the kill switch, if you will, on their cooldowns. Not even their ulti wig. You know, they drop that rocket amplifier, gets instantly shredded, and then they're in this little choke point. They just need to press diamond and walk on them. And you know what? It's working for the team that is doing it. Indianapolis, you know, Ian's dropping a gorgeous Invis ulti to keep them up there. Prozac dropping his ulti when it's a little too late. Sunraku killing Formaldehyde on the off angle. Here comes that horror of Proteus. It does pick up Zyphet. Sunraku looking for a hook.
Zippet gets picked right back up. Now we have the Gambit. Both DPS ults popped. He misses the bubble to iframe. The ult. Zippet doesn't get... Zippet gets bubbled, but Sunraku gets dunked instead for his troubles. But it doesn't seem to matter. KCC is still getting all the picks that they need. They're just running it down now. The last one left, Tony on the Magneto, gets picked off. And it looks like KCC will be able to get to this point unless Sinful can get a portal in time, but there's no touch. So it's going to have to be quick, but it's not that long of a run. It looks like he might be able to get it in time. It's a sky portal. It's what we've seen a lot. And they're not able to get the touch because of it. They have to jump through, and there's a travel time. When you put it high up like that, there's a travel time to go from the sky to the ground. That travel time was just enough.
34 seconds, Wig. 3 minutes and 34 seconds.
Yeah, this is looking... KCC has all the tools, and once again, they're getting so much push right now. They're just staying on the cart, trying to get as far as they can with the time they're given. And Sunraku is on a crazy side angle. If he can get a hook and a kill here on this flank, I think this seals the map for KCC. He's looking for it. The Emma's aware. Vio looks for him. Sunraku misses the uppercut. He needs to get out. Zippet gets picked off in main by Formaldehyde. Now looking to play his advantage.
From Indy here, you know, they're getting a lot of pressure away from this cart. They only have 2 fights to play with. They gotta just play it out. Bio
Arnie picks up
early.
Bio.
He's still holding his ulti. We're not using it yet. We're using it after we're dead. Here comes the Vulcan ulti. Here comes the Giggles ulti as well. The Amp and the Meteor M. Formaldehyde dropping his ulti at the end of the fight. But it
Should
might
just
be
get
too
burned
little
out,
too
yep.
late.
Gets burned out, and he gets burned out as well, just as his ulti did, and that's going to be no touch. Here comes Bio with the Psionic Seduction, but just not enough. KCC evens up the series at 2-2. We're going to map 5.
Another epic victory.
I've had a loss of words, Wig. Honestly, good fight there. Good win for KCC. You know, we got final map coming in. Sinpool trying absolutely everything to get the ball rolling for their team in there, but just Indy just holding on to those ultis for so long, Wig. Bougie holding that ulti until the final fight. We got the air portal. We got Bio holding that Emma ulti for next game, honestly, and KCC just using their cooldowns when they have them up, and it works out perfectly for them.
16 final hits for Sunraku there, bro.
Yeah.
KCC is looking like a whole different team, and I think it's off the back of that man there, Sunraku.
For sure.
Zifet playing well around it. Vulcan and Prozac have been holding it down on the front line. Prozac, overextensions at times, but I think it works out in the end because they draw so many eyes to themselves. They draw so much attention. It really allows Zifet and Sunraku to just shoot whatever targets they're feeling and just get picks whenever they feel like it, because those are the lives that matter in these fights. If you could go down a singular tank, but Sunraku and Zifet are getting 3 picks in the back line, you'll take that trade every time. So,
for sure.
Indianapolis on the back foot here. This map pick will decide the series. This entire rivalry is riding on this next map pick. And,
KCC just ran away with it. They just absolutely stomped that final push there. It was just nothing but momentum, and they didn't take their foot off the trigger, honestly. Foot off the pedal. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think Indianapolis is just getting absolutely. I hate to say it, they're getting power skilled. It seems like. I think KCC has been leveling up over the course of this series. They took 2 losses early, and they weren't looking too good. And I think they're kind of picking it up. I think their star players are really shining now and really making themselves known, making a presence here. Indianapolis is ready, waiting on KCC. KCC has all the momentum going their way. And yeah, I think this snowball is in full effect. This is going to be a rough map for Indianapolis if they're not careful. KCC has everything going their way. They have the momentum. They have the morale. Indianapolis is probably down in the dumps, but they're not out of it. Indianapolis still have this game within their reaches because this is the last map they need as well. This is any team's game. And so it's really just, this is where champions are made. These games right here, the game 5s, where you have to really dig deep. Everything you have left, you're tired. We've been in this lobby for almost, 2 hours? Is that bad math? What is that caster image? It's Jeff, man. It's Rigby the Cat Jeff. Why are you hating? Come on, man. But yeah, you gotta dig deep, bro. It's almost 10 o'clock my time. That's 11. So yeah, it's been about 2 hours. We're approaching 2 hours since the lobby started. I don't know, but they did a great job. I love the watercolors, bro. I think that's watercolors. I don't know. Something like that. I like the drool as well. The little freaking the surfs up fingers. Jigby, Jiggleby, if you would. But okay, bio break. Okay. So we're gonna take a short break. We're gonna wait. Everyone just make sure you're drinking your water, staying hydrated. I know for some people, especially if you're down in the south, it's hot outside, very hot. You gotta make sure you're staying hydrated, keeping your body fueled. Go get you a snack. You won't miss anything. Where to drink Wawa redeem? Hey man. I don't know. You got to tune into Wiggler Wednesday. Coming soon, TM. Pretend like I redeemed it? Alright. We'll take a sip. Everyone, I'm drinking water. Everyone take a drink of water. If you have water near you, take a drink of water. If you don't have water, you need to go get some. We're staying hydrated while we wait. There we go. Big swig of water. We're holding in tight. Letting everyone freshen up. KCC, though. KCC the ones taking this break. Oh, but they're ready now. But kind of, hopefully they're not icing themselves. With this momentum, you kind of want to fire while the iron's hot. And so you kind of worry that by taking a break, you're kind of putting yourself on ice. And it's just could be, I don't know what the word is, could be detrimental to the team. But that will be left to be seen as we get in to what will be the final map pick of this series.
You know, not only that, but egos and tempers and losses, they weigh very heavy on you. So going into this, being Indy, being up 2-0, you got to wonder, Wig, do they have the mental?
It's hard. It is, as someone who's played competitive games for a long time and been in this league since it was born, when you get to those game 5s, it is very hard to keep yourself grounded. You need almost like a savior. You need one person on the team with the iron mental to just keep everybody level, keep everyone confident, right? Because this is the moments where the confidence starts to fade away a little bit. You start to wonder, if you're Indy, you go up 2 maps, you're like, okay, we got this. This is ours to win. It's in the bag. And then now you're in this situation. You're like, do we have this? Is this ours to win? Or is it ours to lose? Are we too far gone? Can we even win this? And you can't have that mindset. You cannot be in your head like that. That is never the way to get out of a situation like this. They need to remain confident. They need to remember how they won those first 2 maps to begin with. And they need to channel everything that they have, everything that they've practiced, everything that they have as players to really, like I said, dig deep. And, I mean, they can still come out on top. This is far from being out of their hands, in my opinion.
It's anyone's game still. It's it's still in everybody's ballpark. They just need to lock in. They need to, both sides need to figure out what they're doing right, figure out what they're doing wrong, and see if they can bring it home. And you know what? The only enemy they have right now is themselves. Overthinking things and explaining things. Hey man, just play the game, have fun while you're doing it.
Yep.
Lock in.
Indianapolis saving the cloak and losing the mag because of it. If I'm KCC, I'm getting rid of that hood. You do not want that team up. Oh wait, no, is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, you don't want that team up. So they need to get rid of the hood. They need to take Bio, make Bio uncomfortable. I think that is a huge win condition for them. They got rid of the Wolverine that's been terrorizing their front line. That's a huge boon. They've got rid of the Magneto. That protects their supports a little bit.
Nope, they get it. They get it, Wig. They get it. No teams get that Magneto, but one team does have a hood player.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Will they ban the hood? I have a feeling they won't. I'm kind of scared here. But I feel like the hood has to get out. You got to get rid of it. You can't have the Cloak and Dagger team up with the hood. That's just too much value. That's too much value and too easy a value. But Namor gets banned out. They ban out Tony's Namor instead. I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't know if I agree with that either. Both sides opting for that Strange save. They really like to play the Strange. They really like the TPs. Don't know if it's save worthy, honestly, but here we are. Johnny, wait a minute. Wait, I'm up in my seat. Wait a minute. I'm up in my seat. Wait. Oh wait, you know me, man. I love Johnny. I used to be a big Johnny fanatic back in season 1. Are we gonna see a Johnny in the big 2-6?
You take a moment to appreciate Bonnie's crosshair. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. That's a Psylocke crosshair if I've ever seen it. Let's do a little crosshair
Doesn't he-
check.
Becoming in 30 seconds.
Doesn't he just
Stay strong.
throw his cards in a straight line?
Yeah, it's a straight horizontal line.
Hell of a thief.
Giggle's got the default circle with the dot in the middle. Sunraku got the sweaty, tiny green dot. Vulcan with the little circle, not bad, not bad. Prozac,
You know who to call.
that's just a default crosshair disguise. We know what that is, bro. You just made it smaller and changed the color.
4.
We got a
3,
default crosshair out of Tony. Why? I don't know. Big red dot out of Run.
There you
A
are.
green crosshair out of Bio. It's big because he needs it big because he's old.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sinful. Oh, Sunraku causing a ruckus in the back line. Didn't get to finish the crosshair check. Quick look, Miss Bougie. Oh no, I don't know what Miss. That's a Call of Duty reticle if I've ever seen one.
I'll get you next.
And I don't even want to talk about Nostra.
Did you just see what Notorious and Kinzel did? They went for the Fantastic Four team up.
slam?
They dropped the thing into the back line directly onto a Punisher infinite ammo.
Yeah, I'm looking at the respawns. I'm sure that paid off, but we got the Mr. Fantastic from Sunraku. This guy is reaching deep in the bag. Notorious Run, getting 2 picks here. The Thing, I mean, we haven't seen the Thing in a little bit, but he's reminding us that he exists. He's in the game, and boy, is he annoying to deal with.
Yeah, especially with not a lot of damage, right? Like their only damage is that Punisher, and if you kite out the infinite ammo, if you ignore him, you just kind of win. You know, the thing just lives forever. This guy doesn't die. The character's really annoying, like Wig said. Slayfat picking off Tony on that angle and for free, honestly. He's just playing on main, and they're up in the fight up for KCC. The Fent is walking down main. Is it going to
Look
be
at
enough to grab
Sinful.
some type of pressure?
Simple is AFK on this high ground, just throwing all. He's not anymore, but he was standing still, just tossing left click down. But now Zifet has become aware of him. He's smartened up to it, and now he's matching him a little bit. But Zifet also needing to pressure this front line, so he's not able to commit full, but gets double onked by Sinpool. That's a huge commitment by Sinpool, but it's enough to get him off the angle for now. Infinite ammo out, but he has to back out of it. Damage boosted Hoodle. This could be insane. Gets a pick onto Bio. Is he going to go for Nostra? Trying to look at Nostra. Gets a shot and times it with Prozac to get the pick on the ulted Cloak and Dagger. And that is a huge pick. And that'll clean up.
That Moon
this
Knight's
fight.
still up there. That Moon Knight is still up there.
Don't tell me.
Zipfet's has a feeling. He just doesn't want to check it. He's like, I don't know if he's there.
You got
but
a
I'm
zip
too
line
afraid
up
to look.
there. You got to pull out the
You got
shotgun.
it. You got it.
He's looking for it. Nah, he heard the footsteps. He heard the hood. He's like, nah. He keeps looking. He knows something
You
is.
think he knows that the TP right next to him can go up there or no?
Yeah.
Double all comes out. Oh, here comes that thing. He's coming for that back line. Really trying to get an ulti. He does. He gets a double man ulti on the back line to get cleansed out.
cleanse.
Oh, here comes the Gundam ulti as well as the Royal Flush. Sunraku dropping that elasticity onto the back line of Indy.
Great
And
cleanse
they
by
win.
Bonnie there. Get his team, his or her team. I'm not sure, but his or her team out of that
In their tracks.
ult from the range.
Oh my. Shotgun right to the chest.
Not the
there
strange, the
onto
thing.
Moon Knight.
My apologies. Giggle's just getting infinite value on the rocket. I mean that res placement is devious. Rocket on this map is disgusting. How do you get to that res without taking just unlimited damage in the process? I mean, Bio trying to push main, trying to pressure it here, but ooh, wait, Sinful pops the ultimate, trying to zone out KCC here. But they need to be careful. They don't have a mag to counter this ult. And mixed with the Vashanti, mixed with the Agamotto, this is just going to be picks galore. KCC getting shredded apart. And Tony with the desperation Phoenix ult, trying to get something, anything, get the free heal at least. But that's going to get instantly just shot down. And the Phoenix is put back to rest, back to ashes you go.
0.
And a diabolical hold by
Time to
KCC
switch
here.
up, including
And
which side you're on.
man,
You'll
Yeah,
need a
yeah,
top
yeah.
throw back
I
to
mean,
whoever said 3-0 Indianapolis.
Yeah,
I mean, both of them are wrong. One said 3-0, one said 3-0. Guess what? It's gonna end 3-2 one way or the other. It looks like both teams are just not both teams. I'm sorry. KCC looks like they're playing very locked in and ready. Indy, they look like they're playing on fumes. You know, they look like they're playing desperate. They don't know where to attack from. They don't know what they're doing. KCC definitely looks like they woke up. I agree. Now, Indy opting to go for a triple setup. Finally, the Mantis has been shown. We got a strange Angela. Strange on both sides, Wig. Would you believe a strange and getting dropped on both sides?
Yeah.
Before you attack, get ready.
I don't know, man. I get it. He has a shield, so it's like he's like Magneto in that regard, but I think you want to have the Strange open for the most part. You want to have that portal. I feel like I would, as good as Strange is, I think.
Yo, shout out Bonnie for just dusting the crap out of whoever they played tic-tac-toe with them in spawn. I think it was Bonnie. I think Bonnie just did it. Someone just absolutely mind gamed the crap out of the other person in tic-tac-toe. Whoever has that Strange emote, by the way. I was watching it the whole time. I'm sorry, my bad.
Let's see Tony on this Angela. Can he get an early kidnap here? Giggles has the res if needed. Sunraku, I feel like this guy's lord on every character that I've seen him hover.
Yeah, it looks like that.
He's just one of those guys that he probably just enjoys playing the game, and you gotta respect it. I would give anything to enjoy playing this game again, but Prozac's gonna enjoy punching Sinful in the face. He's gonna get res, but that's still get that res out of the way.
The whole time.
Ooh, Sinful just gets
Cypher.
Sinful gets farmed again, jumped on by Vulcan from the top rope. Tony able to get Sunraku off the edge, and now looking for another. He already has his dash up, but not gonna get any for it. It's getting bumped around, bumper car, 10 ball. And right now, Indianapolis is holding decently, but for how long can they hold? Which team is gonna get the first ult? It looks like it's gonna be Indianapolis. They're building these support ults very quickly. Miss Bucci is gonna have the cloak.
Sunraku on the back line, or even in the front line, honestly, and then Run getting a double. They can't push up here. There's too much damage from the Mantis supercharged Punisher.
Yeah, so far this is working swimmingly for Indianapolis. The Mantis damage boosts are going well. Sinful is able to just play solo DPS and get everything funneled into him. Tony is getting value on the Angela, getting the kidnaps. Everything is going the way of Indianapolis, but they need to be careful. This is a very coordinated game plan. If one piece falls apart, the whole house of cards goes down. But luckily, Notorious Run holding the house together. We got a damage boosted Punisher ult. The meat grinder is out. The shredder is coming. Are they ready for it? It looks like they are. Vulcan gonna take it out, but he's gonna get res. Sinful is back in the fight. Sunraku gets kicked out. Vulcan, the desperation hood ult. Can he get Nostra? Nope. He will be saved by Miss Bougie's cloak ult. Now Zifet popping his Punisher ult, but he's gonna get shredded out by the damage boosted Sinpool with the infinite ammo. Oh, but the rocket damage. The rocket damage might be too much. Here comes Tony. He's able to get Hood, but Hood dies instead. He gets knocked out. Tony got knocked out of the air by a thing right click. He couldn't float until he fell into the pit himself. Prozac just completely hard diffed Tony there. And now Run trying to pop a portal as fast as he can, but this is the last fight. He pops it behind and it's in the air. He has the Agamotto, but can he get a big one? Can he get one that will matter for his team before he dies? He's just getting shredded out here. He needs to pop it now or never before it's too late.
Bio dropping that Mantis ulti, but it does not connect onto him. It only connects onto Run, but Run gets a double ult onto the backline on Giggles and Zyphet, but they do not get picked up. Their only damage, Simple, has fallen. Bio trying to play his life on his backline. This thing does not die.
Sunraku is just applying infinite pressure on this backline. He said triple support. I got something for that. But Tony, he's gonna ult in with the Angela, trying to survive, trying to stall for his team as much as possible, building that bonus health with the axes. But Sunraku is still giving this backline so much trouble. Bio is just struggling to deal with it, but able to get the pick. But KCC is just pushing, and they're not getting touched, and that's gonna be it. Kansas City, the reverse sweep, take the series 3-2.
Yeah. That's what happens when you put too much dip on yo chip. That's gonna be my motto for this exact series. We got another air portal. That's 4 air portals this series, by the way. I've been counting. And they jump out and they all just jump into the fish, the kill box, the fish in a barrel, if you will. And KCC picked them apart. Very, very good showing of them.
Yeah, I think it's a bit disappointing, I feel like Indianapolis just started to lose themselves. I feel like their picks and bans started crumbling. Their personalities just started diverging. It feels like they were kind of just throwing stuff together, playing whatever, just trying to find anything to work. Instead of, they were trying to change themselves to find something that worked, instead of changing how they played and how they dealt with the other team. They were too focused on changing what they were doing, when what they needed to do is find a way to counter what the enemy team is doing. And I feel
For sure.
I think whether it was panic or egos, players just started picking characters, and the characters just weren't coordinated. They weren't working together. They weren't getting the value that was seen in the first 2 maps for Indianapolis. And I think the games just got less and less close. As once KCC won that first map, I think they just got better and better, and Indianapolis just fell more and more.
Yeah. Too much tempo, too much tempo. And I agree, Chatter. Big Sun Raku definitely showing up, showing how DPS works and how it doesn't, and really, really bringing it home for that roster, Casey.
Yeah, my dogs are going crazy, so we're going to close it out here. That's all we have for y'all tonight. GG's to both teams. Well played by all the players. Tier, appreciate you coming and casting with me. It's been a blast. This is a great series. I hope you feel the same.
Of course. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was very fun.
But
match MVP, Wig. Match MVP.
Oh, match MVP.
I'm giving it to Sunraku, in my opinion, on my side.
Okay, but here's the thing. What character?
For Sunraku, the Bucky.
You think the Bucky? I have to agree. I'm going to give him the Winter Soldier, and guess what? We have an MVP screen now, so we're going to cut over to that. Some slight, some nice, some simple. Courtesy of the big Prozac, as always. My goat.
Oh, look at that nice MVP screen.
Yeah, congratulations, Sunraku. Our first official MVP screen of the season. Let me move your name's a little bit off to the side. Let me move. There you go. On the Bucky. Well done. GG's to both teams. Well played all around. And not much more to be said. That's all we have for tonight. We had an early week 2 game coming in. Literally like day 1 or day 2 of when matches can be scheduled this week. And it was a good one, as always. Again, Tier, thank you for casting with me. Everyone in chat, thank you for coming out and watching. We appreciate the support, as always. Make sure you tell your friends about the stream, tell your friends about the league, United Rogue, league for everybody. Tell them about all the games we have. Anyone that plays any games United Rogue has, Rocket League, Rivals, Overwatch. We have Call of Duty. And now we have the finals, if that's your thing. So tell your friends, and that's all we have for y'all tonight. We'll catch y'all in the next stream. Good night.
GG's, everybody. Have a good night.